Mr. White Christmas. I'm
But I think
Mr.
people
Snow.
should know there is a virus here. It kills people, and the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom, because with freedom comes obligation and
The release of all these emails had sent a flood and contagion of economic risk, and people are just, I'm selling everything. Gold and silver dropped. Silver dropped another 20%. Now you got all the cryptos ripping and dropping 15, 20%. Stocks are down everywhere you look. China's selling all their treasury bonds back, seemingly a one fell swoop. And I remember there was a term for this, and it was something like the ice move or something. I can't remember the exact freezing phrase that was associated with it. It all seems to be occurring right now.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
Well, what would you say to people
like
who feel like they haven't gotten
healthcare,
justice, Mr. President?
something that people care about. Yeah, what did you say? Go
What
ahead.
would you say to
are
the
so
survivors
bad.
who feel they have gotten
You are the
justice?
worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face. You know why? You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you.
You know, probably 50 or 60 cold records smashed across Florida along with snowfall totals. Japan 3 feet in 6 hours. Around the planet is just rolling into the extremes. This is already collapsing structures. Armies out to try to help. They're trying to prevent full collapses of large buildings, homes, auditoriums, schools, and everything in between. You're going to be frozen. That is the ice that is down through Mississippi and Tennessee that is still, the power's not on almost 2 weeks after the event. Miami, Florida, colder than Alaska. Cancun, Cuba, Bahamas, Miami, Florida, extremely cold down in Central America as well. 3.5 C, Los Altos, Guatemala City at 7. What? We're coming into this time of extremes. And you see the banking system just ripping apart at the threads here. And you got to ask yourself, is it all connected?
Winter is here.
I want to talk about our common responsibilities in the face of a common danger. The events of recent weeks may have helped to illuminate that challenge for some, but the dimensions of its threat have loomed large on the horizon for many years. Whatever our hopes may be for the future, for reducing this threat or living with it, there is no escaping either the gravity or the totality of this challenge to our survival and to our security. A challenge that confronts us in unaccustomed ways in every sphere of human activity. This deadly challenge imposes upon our society two requirements of direct concern, both to the press and to the President. Two requirements that may seem almost contradictory in tone, but which must be reconciled and fulfilled if we are to meet this national peril. I refer first to the need for far greater public information, and second, to the need for far greater official secrecy. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. But I do ask every publisher, every editor, and every newsman in the nation to re-examine his own standards and to recognize the nature of our country's peril. Our way of life is under attack. Those who make themselves our enemy are advancing around the globe. If you are awaiting a finding of clear and present danger, then I can only say that the danger has never been more clear, and its presence has never been more imminent. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silent, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. I have no easy answer to the dilemma that I have posed, and would not seek to impose it if I had one. Perhaps there will be no recommendation. Perhaps there is no answer to the dilemma. Faced by a free and open society in a cold and secret war. As a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them.
There's a storm coming! Like nothing you have ever seen! I'm warning you! Be prepared for it!
Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion.
Sheriff Micah, tonight police have declared an unlawful assembly in Minneapolis as protests there intensified over this deadly ICE shooting.
To the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Did you know that there were connections between the Nazis and the Zionists? In 1933, there was even an agreement between them, known as the Havar Agreement. There existed a Nazi party in British Mandatory Palestine, there was also an extreme Zionist movement that contacted the Nazis. Theodor Herzl, born in Austro-Hungary, initiated organized Zionism in the 1890s with his pamphlet Der Judenstaat, the Jewish state. Zionists sought to establish an independent Jewish state, and Palestine seemed to be the best option.
Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, wasn't being harassed, and murdered an innocent woman.
The reality is that his life was in danger, and he fired in self-defense.
She was a agitator, probably a paid agitator, but in my opinion, she was an agitator, a very high-level agitator, so professional.
It's one of those great sadistic, hysterical things. I think when you see somebody die on stage, it's one of the scariest / funniest things in the world.
But don't you feel as a performer, if somebody else is dying, you hurt inside?
Oh, totally. You go right down the tubes, but at the same time, you can't. I get hysterical. You know, I just did this little picture.
Little picture.
But I was watching Terry and Danny come out. I had been through the experience once, and it's not your standard kind of, actor-oriented movie. And here they come out the first day, and I just laughed all the time because they had this look of fear in their eyes. They were dressed ridiculously to them because they're very serious actors. So they didn't have a clue the first 2-3 days. And I just would laugh and laugh and laugh.
My people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Little pigs, let me come in. You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. We all float down. Time ticks by as the story unfolds. All smiles tonight, so let the laughter explode. Half comedy, half killing spree. My screws are loose, but the joke's on you.
It's the reason you can't do that. And if you mess with those folks, please don't. Do you really think you're stopping us and see you doing the job? It's a joke. Stop.
While you're screaming in pain, I'll be laughing out loud, singing, God can't save us.
It's a joke.
Can't save us. The joke's on you. Time ticks by as a comical twist. There's a sign in the sky, but it's information. Cause Jonathan Street's been good to me. The grand will win, here we go again. It's Gotham is burning bright.
I don't like that they're sending ICE, a terrorist organization, pretty much to Europe. And I think it's just for the picture and their propaganda, because they have no reason to be here. They're not the department for that.
Singing, God can't save People of Gotham, let me be clear. In the dark of the night, it's the bat you should fear. I have only one question before we ignite. Will you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What
free speech doesn't matter anymore. We don't have the First Amendment. I'm not sure. Today, the Miami police went to a lady's home and spoke with her because of a Facebook post she made regarding the mayor of Miami and her criticism of his policies towards Israel. This is truly shocking. The U.S. Special Envoy to combat anti-Semitism, that's a new role Donald Trump installed in the State Department. He's now stating that the United States should sanction countries that he deems to be anti-Semitic. No other group has something this detailed to where it's implementing this level of control, and it's going beyond what is actually just hate speech and into trying to regulate criticism of a foreign country. It's deranged, it's psychotic, it's been really ticking people off.